if we fail in the security function, your liberty's at risk. Because you know what this nation does after catastrophic failure?
Elects Trump?
We things along those lines.
Well, that is what would happen.
No, seriously.
I think the election will hinge on whether there's another terrorist attack in this country. I think if there is, especially close to the election, it is President Trump.
Oh, it is an absolute wild card. Absolutely.
Right.
It is. And recall several years ago, 3 days before the Spanish election, a terrorist attack turned that one upside down.
Of course. And you know, America is known to shit his pants.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on. It's going to get worse and worse. You're going to have more World Trade Centers. It's going to get worse and worse, folks.
Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump is facing heavy criticism after calling for a, quote, total and complete ban on Muslims entering the United States. Mr. Trump joins us now on the phone. He wants to make the case. Mr. Trump, thank you for joining us. Your proposition is plain: ban all Muslims until we can figure out what's going on. People are asking you how you would do that. I say let's put that to the side. It's irrelevant. It's about the concept. You have leaders from your own party in the key states of Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina. You have galvanized political rivals all saying this is un-American and extreme and that it makes you a fascist. How do you respond?
Well, I totally disagree. First of all, you know, people quickly forget World Trade Center 1, World Trade Center number 2. Listen, we had the World Trade Center number 1. We had World Trade Center number 2. We had many other things happen. Chris,
this isn't about being politically correct.
We can be politically correct, but
this isn't about being politically correct.
Country, and we should solve it, because you're going to have many more World Trade Centers if you don't solve it. Many, many more, and probably beyond the World Trade Center.
I don't see the point of scaring people with the possible when the reality is we haven't had another World Trade Center. You and I both lived through it. We both lost people there. We know what the real deal is. We know who celebrated and we didn't. We know what's scaring people and what the reality is. We haven't had those kinds of attacks. The security network has held up, and one of the reasons is our unity as a people. And I don't understand how you can see banning an entire religion as a way of saying anything other than we are what ISIS says we are. We want a war against Islam. That's who America is. And as you know, or you should know, that is not who America is, Mr. Trump. Look, everybody knows who we're at war with.
They are looking to do great damage. You look at what's going on in the Middle East. They're chopping off heads. They are looking to come over to other places, too. And they want the jihad.
Right,
it's very simple.
But you're
they
saying,
want the jihad.
What does that mean, they want the jihad?
Chris.
Well, you can't just throw out notions without any kind of checking of them. You know, this is what got you wound up on the Philadelphia Inquirer front page, like Hitler. They got you in a personage of Hitler right now, a characterization of that.
Philadelphia Inquirer, another newspaper.
Well, I know you're
going
to disparage whoever criticizes you, and I'm waiting for that as well.
They couldn't even build a website for Obamacare after spending $5 billion. So how do they figure anything out? They can't figure anything out.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
True.
Our security network is the best in the world. If you ask people who are in the business of keeping us safe, they say the idea of banning Muslims does nothing to help and everything to hurt. They're the experts. That's what they say. They think this idea is stupid.
We have people out there that want to do great. They want our buildings to come down. They want our cities to be crushed. They are living within our country, and many of them want to come from outside of our country. And we don't want to have a situation like Paris, and we don't want to have another World Trade Center, which, by the way, they tried to knock down twice. The first time they were unsuccessful. Right. We don't want that, because